What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. As always, my name is Jeff. I appreciate you guys stopping by. Today we're going to be doing something a little different. This is basically going to be like a video podcast of sorts, where I air my grievances about a game that deserves more. It's a game that I love. It's a game that is underserved. It's a game that has one of the most beautiful, best looking, photogenic, adventurous open worlds I have ever seen in my entire life of gaming. That game would be Red Dead Redemption 2, more specifically, Red Dead Online. Now, the reason I bring this up is that I woke up this morning feeling good, feeling pumped, and the first thing I see is yet another bullshit update in the form of crappy bonuses and repeated gaming cycles that they've done at least twice over, 3 times over now since the last fucking update, which it should be said this month marks a year since the last major update came out for this game. That would be Blood Money, the Crimes update, heists, like jewel heists, whatever. That was almost a year ago. The last new thing that we got for the game was back in December with the holiday Christmas themed Call to Arms maps, which Call to Arms, if you don't know, is kind of like their horde mode, survival mode. But more importantly, as I said, it's been almost a full year since their last content drop. So the real question of this video is, what in the fuck is Rockstar doing over there? I'm just going to go ahead and say this off the bat. Rockstar as a company is more than just whoring themselves for GTA. They are a bigger entity than just whoring themselves for GTA Online. And let's break it down, because honestly speaking, it's mind-boggling. This is coming from someone, me, who loves and enjoys most things Rockstar. I bought the Definitive Trilogy Edition. It was buggy, but I had a good time with it. I loved it. I loved revisiting those classic Grand Theft Auto titles. I liked Bully. I loved LA Noire. I adore Red Dead Redemptions 1 and 2. And I always fanboy over GTA. But you know what? And I'll be brutally blunt and honest here. I haven't touched GTA Online in 4, maybe 5 years. It just does not interest me anymore. GTA Online stopped being GTA Online for me. Gone was the ridiculous crime-driven fun of the online modes from GTA 4 and the early few years of GTA 5. And now GTA Online has stopped, in my eyes, being GTA. It's more like a mindless Saints Row clone. Yeah, that's right, I said it. Saints Row went from ripping off GTA to GTA ripping off Saints Row. Brutal. Brutal truth. Red Dead Online offered up the promise to me of what the early days of GTA Online had given me. Fun adventures with friends and a beautiful open world full of things to discover, quests to complete, online currency to be earned, all through mischievous criminal activities, which is like what Rockstar excels at. If you wanted quasi-realism, it was there. No flying cars and motorcycles to be seen in Red Dead Redemption. Just you, your trusty steed, and a possible posse at your side. And don't get me wrong, I'm not shitting on anyone who enjoys the current version of GTA Online that exists as it does today. That world is huge and glorious and is full of fun to be had around every fucking corner of that game world. It's just not what I wanted from a GTA Online title. There's too much batshit craziness that ruins anything that would potentially give me any joy. Like the heists, or the casino, or the lowriders, or the other many businesses that they have in that game. Granted, I'm surprised there's no, like, say, space shuttle races yet, or some ridiculous bullshit like that. The main thing that this boils down to is the fact that GTA Online makes them shit loads of money. And Red Dead Online does not. People spend an insane amount of real world money in GTA Online. And that's simply because there's stuff to buy. There's outrageous amounts of purchasable items that just do not exist in Red Dead Online because there's so little to do. So what I want to do is explore what Rockstar could do with Red Dead Online. How they can make more money off of it, what fans want to see by bringing life back into it, and just kind of break down what updates I think could work and could entice people to spend more in-game currency, thus potentially leading them to buying in-game currency using real-world currency. If that makes sense. Because this topic is important to me. And I've debated ever since I started this channel about making a video about this. Because Red Dead is honestly a game that should have succeeded far better than it has. It's like GTA Online. Like, everyone knew GTA Online was going to succeed. They just didn't know how well it was going to do. That should have been the same formula that Red Dead Online followed. But instead, they went down this alternate path of, well, let's not push things too quick, and let's not do this, and let's not do that, and let's make it real slow and drawn out. And I'm sitting here thinking, what in the fuck are you guys doing? You have perfected this online formula for years with GTA Online. And now you're essentially going to start from scratch and change the formula? That is fucking stupid. Now, what we're going to start with is something I personally don't agree with. But as a business decision, it's smart. And that is giving Red Dead Online a Red Dead Online Plus. Like how GTA Online has a GTA Online Plus now. My opinion is this. Take the quick draw club passes that they've been doing and make that exclusive to a Red Dead Online Plus. Make people pay real world money for that content and maybe have it behind a locked paywall for a year or 6 months. Then after a while, people can have access to that content through gold or something. The second one are more role expansions. So we'll start with the trader. I think the best route for an expansion of the trader role would be wagon customization, taxidermy, camp expansions, more tents, more tables, what have you. Make your camp look absolutely fabulous. Followers that can help you on missions and stay at your camp. You can hire them, but they have one life. If they die, you have to buy more followers. And a larger hunting wagon. Because it fills up too quick, in my opinion. Now, for collector, a larger collector pouch, allowing for more items to be carried. Let's say double it from 10 to 20. Gold nuggets paid through a prestigious rank, similar to the bounty prestigious rank, where you acquire so much bounty hunting experience that you can then trade it in infinitely every time you hit that mark for some gold nuggets. And let's say different colored lanterns and 2 or 3 new collection items. Like, what's something that hasn't been done from the story mode? Dream catchers? Sure. For Moonshiner, please, dear God, give us an option to skip the annoying talking scenes before you sell a batch of moonshine. Please, Jesus Christ, I'm tired of hearing this man talk. Skip that. Give us more recipes. Give us a new mission storyline. Give us a room for private quarters that you can buy as an expansion to the shack that will allow you to spawn in there straight from the main menu, like how you can spawn into your camp. And for the prestigious rank, how about an option to bribe revenue agents when you're selling moonshine? Because just having to either pull over and deal with the bullshit, or ride through and deal with the bullshit, are both equally annoying. Finally, for the naturalist, legendary fish is obvious. Please, dear God, rework the elephant gun. More unique items and trinkets available from Gus, if you have the required animal parts. And for the prestigious rank, something... I actually have gotten my wife into playing this game over the course of the past 6 months to a year. And the one thing that she's always annoyed about and wants a workaround is Harriet's awareness to you killing animals. So how about if you reach rank 30 and you get that prestigious rank, Harriet's awareness is reduced. So you're less often to be sprayed if you kill animals further away from her. Now, there should be more unique roles, like photographer, for instance, which they have actually mentioned in the past. Or a rancher role, which you can actually do some of these things in both Red Dead 1 and Red Dead 2. Why it's not in Red Dead Online, I don't know. I wish I knew. Another biggie is properties. What better way to entice actual players to spend real world money than, hey, would you like a mansion in Saint Denis? Hey, would you like a big giant wood cabin up in the north all fucking by yourself where you can just hunt at your leisure all fucking day without running into any fucking griefers? Another good one. Allowing a second character slot. Even GTA Online has this. I've never played it with it, but it has this. Supposedly you share a bank account, but otherwise, everything you buy for each character is completely separate. To allow them to remain separate and unique. That way you can have an asshole and a good guy, or you can have a cop and a robber, or you can have a male and a female, or however the fuck you want to do it. Another good one would be player-owned wagons. More wagons that you can actually purchase with in-game currency. Be it small little carts, all the way up to giant, expensive, armored, gunned wagons. Like those that show up in the story mode. And some of the main missions. And that show up during the annoying-ass missions of some of the Call to Arms maps. How fun would it be, even if you're dealing with a griefer, of just having one of those bad boys roll up and just completely change the dynamic of whatever the fuck was going on, whether you were in a gunfight or whatever, and you call in one of your homeboys and start up a posse because you're like, hey, these guys won't stop fucking with me, and your buddy just happens to have an armored wagon, so you roll up and waste the fuckers. It sounds like a grand old fucking Western time. Now, another idea that I've seen thrown around a lot is Guarma and Nuevo Paraíso. For those that don't know, basically tropical island and what is known as Mexico. Now, these areas don't necessarily have to be added to the game as free roam additions to the map anytime soon. That's a lot of work, and especially with the other day's news that Red Dead 1 remastered or remake or whatever the fuck is basically canceled, I doubt that's going to happen, maybe even at all. Maybe until Red Dead 3. But for now, though, both territories could be added through a limited means. Maybe as Call to Arms maps. Or having Harriet send you to any of these areas to find tropical or elusive or timed or special event versions of legendary animals. Either could be extremely feasible. And then there's heists and train robberies. Heists, GTA has no argument here, perfected. Why are they not in Red Dead Online? Yeah, I'm looking at you, Rockstar. They don't even have to be the same size or scale of those in GTA Online. The potential is there to get it right, no matter what the size of the mission. Allowing players to choose their approach, their weaponry, their escape method, could add a level of gameplay not yet seen in Red Dead Online. Heists could even involve breaking into the prison on Sisika Island, or even the fort in the tropical islands. You can do things that don't require the actual open world. They can just morph you into a different lobby, just let you do the mission. There's no interference, potentially less work to be done, theoretically. There's even, say, you could do train robberies, but make them free roam events so that they're not main missions. Have them spawn into the map like legendary animals do, or like the free roam bounties do, or the gang hideouts. Anytime you join a lobby, anytime a train normally spawns in, have it like a 5 or 10% chance of having it have something on it that you can rob. You have to be the first one to get to it. And if you do, you get something valuable like gold nuggets, or shit ton of ammo, or shit ton of cash. And finally, the one thing that has annoyed me the most for the longest period of time, an expansion to the online story mode. It's been at least 3 years since Jessica mentioned Grace Lansing, who needs to be brought down and brought to justice. Yet after those at least 3 years, the story has not concluded. We have not heard from Jessica, who's still somewhere out there waiting to complete her act of revenge. Finishing the story would tie up those loose ends and give players like me, like you, more content outside of roles. Jessica and Horley could be reintroduced as they now have intel on Grace Lansing and how they plan to get their revenge for killing her. It could add more stuff to do, more replayability stuff. More reasons for people to log back in and be like, oh yeah, I remember these missions, but it's been so long, let me replay them all. That pretty much concludes all of my ideas, but the main point is this. I hate seeing a company as talented, as loyal to their fan base as Rockstar is, let this game sit and waste and die. Now, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I know what's going on behind the scenes. All I know is what I read online, and most of what I read online is probably 98% pure bullshit. But at the same time, I'm tired of sitting here and saying absolutely nothing. Now, I know the likelihood of someone seeing this video and getting it to Rockstar, or someone who works at Rockstar seeing this video, are slim to none to non-existent. But I had to fucking try. I had to try. I had to say something. Because at this point, it's ridiculous. We bought into this game because of the promise of an always evolving open world. And it's not evolving anymore. It's... If you're dead when you're 6 feet under, this game's at about 2 feet. Maybe even 3. And that's me being nice. And I hate it because it, for me, is a better experience online than GTA. GTA Online I had a lot of fun with, but it has never matched my experience playing Red Dead Online. I love the world, I love the characters, I love the locations. I love being able to trot down a road and just take everything in, rather than being in a speeding bullet car shooting shit out my window and not taking the time to notice the world around me. But that's just my opinion, ladies and gentlemen. And those are my thoughts on how this game could potentially be fixed and how they could earn more money and how they could keep these updates rolling out. Let me know what you guys think about Red Dead Online in the comments below. Like, subscribe if you dig what's going on with the channel. Hit that bell. We always have a bunch of new stuff coming to the channel. Not always like this, though. I just had to get this off my chest. So if you stuck around, thank you. If you jumped around to figure out what I was going to say about each kind of topic, thank you anyway for just hearing me out in some shape, form, of capacity. It's been a pleasure sitting here and being able to talk to you guys, and I will see you all on the next video. So until then, thank you all as always. Be safe and be good people.